Master Bilbo, save us! I'm coming to save you. They're spiders! Wait, what did you say? Giant spiders! Giant spiders? Yes, spiders! Please hurry, Mr. Bilbo, they're huge. They've got 8 legs and giant fangs. Oh, they're eating Biffer and Boffer and Bomber. Nori broke his leg trying to get out of the webs. I can't feel my legs, Mr. Bilbo. I can't feel my legs. Master Bilbo? Anytime now. Bilbo? The Hobbit, the Desolation of Smaug. I don't know if anybody could pronounce that right. After thoroughly enjoying but ultimately being disappointed by an unexpected journey, I've come to accept the fact that Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy will never reach the greatness of its forebears. But that's okay. It's still popcorn fare of the highest caliber. And honestly, that's like saying the Magnificent Seven is no Seven Samurai. That being said, the real question here is 1. How does it stand on its own merits? And 2. How does it serve as a second chapter? Thank Iluvatar, not literally, although Jackson would if he could, as a second chapter in the film adaptation of the venerable fantasy novel. My biggest issue with An Unexpected Journey was the pacing. By the time we got to the dwarves, chipping the glasses and cracking the plates, ringwraiths were lopping heads off in Fellowship, and in this our latest foray into Middle-earth, the most palpably terrifying gigantic spiders in cinematic history were inadvertently wreaking havoc on the seat of my pants. I pretty much crapped myself. A narrative act can be defined as a moment in which our protagonist, the main character, makes a decision in which they can no longer turn back from. But how many decisions did we really get in An Unexpected Journey? 2, maybe 3. I'm going on an adventure. The pity of Bilbo stayed his hand, and his subsequent affirmation to the Fellowship of the Gold? Not a whole lot. Well, I'm happy to say that Desolation of Smaug largely rectifies all of my issues with the first film. This is a streamlined blockbuster epic, with the exception of some plotting padding in the middle act, and something of a overstretched and subpar denouement. Also, decisions. We're getting a lot of decisions and character growth, largely made by not our protagonist. But that's what I want. I want some narrative meat to bite into, and Peter Jackson does this thanks to some creative license and utilization of the appendices. Enter Toriel the Elf, the hottest redhead this side of the Lonely Mountain. The inclusion of her and Legolas's characters has been a matter of considerable contention among the fans, and I'm happy to say it is largely unfounded. In fact, they're 2 of the best things about this film. Pretty much all of their scenes are filled with either jaw-dropping action, interesting character development, or an unconventional romance, which is not what you would think. The acting is just solid across the board, and Ian McKellen brings his A-game back on set. I don't know if he chugged his Red Bulls or took his B6 shots, but he has a renewed, newfound energy, second wind that he did not have in the first film. And Martin Freeman once again establishes himself as the quintessential representation of Tolkien's most famous Hobbit. The funniest moments in the movie are the wordless scenes in which Bilbo is in a bind and he stands upright, hands on hips, thoughtfully thinking to himself, realizing he just didn't plan this far ahead. So I know you're all wondering about the titular dragon, whose name nobody seems to know how to pronounce correctly. And I gotta say, literature's most notorious dragon is officially the greatest dragon in cinematic history as well. Smaug steals every scene he's in, probably because he fills up 90% of the screen. The action will rock your face off, but it's also hilarious. It really has this whole Errol Flynn vibe to it. And I gotta say 2 words, barrel ride. Also, Hollywood's newest action hero is named Bombor, and he's awesome. The barrel ride scene had me rolling on the floor laughing, and it was action-packed. It was very evocative of the iconic minecart action scene from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is the fun adventure that we've been waiting for ever since Bilbo ran out his front door yelling, "I'm going on an adventure." So I gotta say, JabberTalkers, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug is jabber worthy of your time. I give it an 8 out of 10. It is a non-stop barrel ride of fun, humor, action adventure. Go there, go watch it, and then go back again. Okay, everybody, thanks for your time. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you like this one better than the last one, or what your complaints were, what you really liked, or if you agree with me or not. Also, check out our spoiler discussion, which will be following this, where we get into the nitty-gritty of all the details. We're really going to break into it. I got a lot I want to talk about. Tell you guys about, and hear from you guys about. Thanks for your time. This is JabberTalky, out. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. So subscribe.